Hello Warrior Nation, my name is Mark Buehler. I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Academic Services at Salamanca Central School District, where my job is to improve teaching and learning throughout the Salamanca community. One of my additional roles is to oversee the safety and security of our students and staff. And with all of the concern, and rightful concern, about the new coronavirus, we are producing this video along with our student media department and our emergency preparedness class at the Salamanca High School to help inform our community members and, most importantly, our students about what we are doing to protect them and our staff. So here in Salamanca, when we have a problem, we employ the engineering design process. And the engineering design process basically is 4 steps that we continuously review. So we're going to identify what the problem is, we're going to research what we know and what science tells us about the problem, we're going to develop a plan, and then we're going to test that plan. Let's stop to the superintendent's office and see what Mr. Bridenstine has to share with us about our preparedness for the coronavirus.
Our district safety team is working together hand in hand with local, statewide officials, including the Department of Health, the State Education Department, and medical partners to make sure that we have the most current and up-to-date information regarding the COVID-19 virus. The Salamanca team would like to encourage everyone to watch the attached video for important information, the most current links and information that is available on a daily basis so that you can be well informed and take the necessary health precautions.
So, as one of the first steps in our engineering design process that we use whenever we have a problem, what we need to do is get some facts. So we're going to start that research part by going to see Mr. Jankowski, our high school biology teacher, to get learned up on the science behind viruses and pathogens in general.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about the coronavirus that's affecting us globally. Go over some issues that we are facing and give you some background info. So first off, coronavirus is also called novel coronavirus. It originated actually from a snake. Our concern with viruses, they either need to run their course, which means our body makes a cure for it, like for the common cold, or we need a vaccine. Our concern with this one is we don't have a vaccine yet because this is the first time the coronavirus has been in humans. So that's our main concern. A lot of people confuse viruses and bacterial infections. So bacterial infection is treated with antibiotics and bacteria is living. So this is something we need to get a shot for or try and get a cure. I want to go over a little bit about epidemic and pandemic. An epidemic is something that affects a community, so it's all localized. Pandemic is something that spreads globally and the whole world is facing. So this is obviously a pandemic, and as you've been seeing, it's spreading throughout the country. This is something that affects the elderly, and particularly the elderly with pre-existing health conditions. We're not seeing younger people, students being affected by this, so in that sense it's not a big deal. There's some universal precautions that I'm sure our school nurse is going over for you as well.
And now we're in our new Seneca Intermediate nurse's office with our nurse coordinator, Mrs. Julie Creed, who will help us understand what we can do to remain healthy during this cold and flu season.
Hi, I'm Julie Creed. I'm the Seneca School nurse. I'm also the Salamanca School District nurse manager. And I have some information. Everybody's concerned about the new virus, the coronavirus. It's gaining a lot of attention because it's something that we don't know about and we're unfamiliar with. So of course we are fearful and not knowing how to handle it, so we all panic. It's human nature. What we don't realize though is that we're exposed to influenza each year. It takes hundreds of lives, including pediatric, middle-aged, and adult or geriatric population. But because we're used to it and we've been exposed for hundreds of years, we don't panic over it. Secondly, What can we do to prevent this? Typical things that we do to prevent any illnesses. Frequent, good hand washing. Rule of thumb is wash your hands with soap and water while saying the happy birthday song in your head, because that takes about 30 seconds, which is sufficient to get rid of any illnesses, germs, viruses, bacteria, any microbes that could be on your hands. If you don't have soap and water available, then you use a waterless hand sanitizer, but just make sure that it's at least 60% alcohol concentration or above to accurately kill viruses. The other take-home things are people want to go get masks to protect themselves. Masks are not meant for healthy people, it's for people that have the respiratory symptoms such as the coughing, the sneezing. And always maintain good hand washing and refrain from, we touch our face over 90 times a day without even realizing it. That's how viruses are transmitted, via our nose, mouth, and eyes. So you want to quit biting your nails, or if you can't, just make sure your hands are clean. The biggest thing to prevent illness is stay home when you are sick. Anybody that's coughing, sneezing, has a fever, remain home. Keep your children home if your children show sign of illness, and that's to decrease the unnecessary exposures to others.
Mr. Rich Pinkoski is our Director of Facilities. Let's go in and see what he's doing to combat pathogens and the potential spread of coronavirus.
We are using a chemical that is by a company called Hilliard Industries. They're very well known, they're nationwide. They come in regularly, I'll say monthly or two, to work with some of my cleaners to train them, properly train them, how to use the disinfectants, the cleaners, all the sprays, the wipes. We clean everything. We clean handles, we clean desks, we clean bathrooms, of course, everywhere in the building you can think of. We also do it regularly to help with cleaning with the common flu, influenza, which is terrible, along with this new coronavirus that's going around. So please get a hold of me if you have any questions. I'm happy to talk to you. Thank you very much.
The COVID-19 virus impacts all of us and will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. That doesn't mean we should panic. It doesn't mean we should overreact. It means that we should inform ourselves, educate ourselves, and take the necessary steps to be safe. I would like to thank our Salamanca team, including our Safety Director, Mr. Haley, our Nurse Manager, Mrs. Creed, Dr. Beeler, our students in our Emergency Medical Training Team, as well as our students who are helping provide some of these resources. We are first and foremost an educational environment, and that means everyone has a role in understanding the COVID-19 virus and making sure we are all safe. Thank you for watching, and as always, be safe, wash your hands, and let us know if we need to do anything else. Thank you.